Hello and welcome to the mill. This week I figured we'd play some Wyrmspan solo. I'm going to go ahead and play the Ravel mode, and I've already set up the game for the most part. I just wanted to show you a little bit about the Ravel mode in case you haven't played it yet. So there is this helpful card that comes in the game, and we're just going to play on Ravel level 1. So I've already pulled the 8 cards required for this mode. So even though there's quite a few cards for the Automa, you're not using them all at the same time. So for the Ravel mode, we've got 3 cards that replace cards 1 through 3, and then a card that replaces the 8th card. And we'll go ahead and touch on what that means when we get into it actually being used. But for now, we're set up just like a regular 2-player game, except for the Automa doesn't have its own board. You can see that I set there 3 action tokens, which are going to represent what they can put on the Dragon Guild, and then I've got my stuff set up. So I've already done some of the setup. Now I do have all 8 of the Automa cards here, and we're supposed to pull one out, so we don't know what's what, or we don't have perfect knowledge of the deck. So I'm just going to pull this out, set it aside, and just set that there. So that's going to be our Automa deck right there. I've got my 6 coins and an egg, and then these are my starting caves and my starting cards. And I'm going to go ahead and begin by choosing. Let's go ahead and get some, we're going to do a little bit of guild work and get some cards going. So I'm going to discard this cave card right here because as I looked at these just a little bit ago, this one is belongs in the Golden Grotto, and it says whenever I explore there, I can pay a card to gain a resource, and this kind of works like that synergy in Wyrmspan, where I'm in this row and I'm gaining cards, and I can spend cards to get get resources. So I'm going to keep the Sentinel Flyer, and I'm also looking between these two. Tuck a card from your hand. This is also in the Golden Grotto, so in terms of actually being able to use an excavated place, I think I'm going to hang on to this one too. Neither one of these dragons are terribly expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and choose these 2. I'm going to discard the Macabre Lindworm, and now I've got to choose my starting resources. So I'm definitely doing the 2 gold, and I get to choose 3 resources, and they can be the same. And then this one needs meat and gems, and if I use this to advance on the thing twice, I can get meat there. So I'll go ahead and take the gem, I suppose, and that is going to be my starting resources. And in the solo mode, you always go first. So I got the first player token just sitting right here. I'll go ahead and put that right there because why not? But I go first. So I'm going to go ahead and just outright start by using one of my coins here. I have my 6 starting coins. I'm going to go ahead and entice a dragon. So I'm just going to set that right there. And I'm going to entice this Sentinel Flyer to my Golden Grotto and put that right there. Spend the 2 that it cost. And that was my turn. Now we're on to the Automa turn. And we already have our first Ravel card. So this one right here, this refresh icon, we still have a full deck, so there's nothing to do there. We are going to refresh the dragon row. So this is going to get completely wiped. Good thing I didn't pay too close attention. That might have hurt if I was wanting one of those cards. So we refresh the dragon cards. Now we are going to advance them on the guild track for whichever one I've excavated the furthest. Now I only have 1 excavation here, so the Automa, which is yellow, is going to advance. That is what that does. I did not pass a brown space, and I don't think it counts with the start, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And you can let me know if I was wrong, or I technically when you move past it, but I just started on it, so I don't know that actually counts. But let me check. I'm going to say no, because it says, the rulebook actually says when it passes onto or through. So it actually started. It didn't pass through. It actually started there. The actual verbiage of that is when it moves onto either brown space while advancing. It didn't move onto, it was already there. So we're going to do nothing with this piece right now, and now we're back to my turn. I am going to, all things being the same right now, I can go up here and, gain a resource because I need that meat to play this guy. But I'm going to go ahead and use this card right here. So I'm going to go ahead and explore. I'm going to go here. I'm going to gain a card, and let's see here. That one is a gold and a gem to gain a card, which that's a nice synergy too. Wow, this just became a decision. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to bypass that option there. I'm going to gain. I'm going to go ahead and go here and gain the meat that I needed to play that. And now I'm thinking of, I'm going to need some more resources. So I reached the end of that. That was the end of my turn. Let's go ahead and play Automa's second turn. Again, the deck is full, so there's no refreshing. We're in the first round, so it's going to advance one. And we didn't go through any browns, so that's that turn. Nice, quick, easy turns on the Automa. On this turn, I should have taken gold. I already messed up. I should have taken gold. Let's excavate. And, well, you know what? I'm not going to excavate just yet because I could possibly empower the Automa. So until I absolutely need that resource. No, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to need some early resources. So I'm going to go here. And I'll go ahead and excavate. Let's just do purple since we have the most purple options. I don't think I would. I don't really have a hatchling plan. If I get a hatchling early, I might try and work that. Right now I don't really have anything that's a direct focus. So I'll just put that there. When played, gain 2 different benefits. I had other plans, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the resources that I need. That was my turn there. Let's see what Automa's up to on their third turn. Alright, so we didn't put any onto their goals yet, so it's the first. They're going to advance 2. And that was their turn. On my turn, let's go ahead and entice some dragons. Do that. And that's a way to get meat and caching. Let's go ahead and we'll do this. Play that here. And that was that turn. Let's go ahead and play Automa's turn. And nothing to take away up there either. But now this is where I'm going to pay for having done that. So this is whichever cave I've excavated the most, which is the Amethyst Abyss. That's a tongue twister. And so I've excavated 2 times there. So this is going to go 1, 2. Now we did place this, and they do have a token available. So let's see. And actually, they do not have the placement there. So that's not going to get us this time. But they are going to take this first card and this cave card, and their scoring has already begun. Nice 9-point turn for them, which is also what I'm at. Well, 10 if you count my egg there. So you can see that kind of works out pretty quickly there. So I went ahead and refilled that. That was the end of their turn. And now we're on to my turn. So let's just go ahead and entice again. Let's, why not? And we'll go ahead and play this dragon right here paying the cost required. That was my turn. Now back to the Automa. Alright, so it's not the deck isn't empty. They are going to refresh all these cards, which, again, I didn't pay too close attention, but I did see a hatchling. And originally, I was not a big fan of the hatchlings, but I had a game where it ended up working out really well, and I kind of became a fan. So let's see if I can find any good synergy. I have some good hatchlings on offer here. Expensive ones. Holy moly. This is a good one to get resources and down in this level, except for it would be better if we were tucking cave cards instead of just regular cards, but I do have a way to get cards right here, and then also if I filled that, it'd be a way to tuck cards underneath it. So just something to think about. So those were the refresh. I get beside myself, or getting ahead of myself rather. So this one, they just have more cave cards. So now they're up to 2 cave cards, and I only have the 1. So now they're leading, and then now that we're in the first round, so they're going to move 1, and we ignore that. So now we're on to my final turn of the first round. It's possible that they add one. I do kind of feel the need to add the cave card because I'm out of cards anyway. So let's go ahead and excavate. And I'm going to have to excavate in one of these two, although I guess I could pay the egg. So we'll go here. I'm going to gain 2 cards. And I'm going to take this one right here. And then just for fun, I'll go ahead and take a blind draw. And that one has some options, but it's also kind of expensive. It's going to be worth an additional 2 points because I'm sure it's not going to be the last one there. But in any case, that was my last turn. So let's play that. And let's play this last Automa card. That one is not the last. It's going to add another token, so it just pulled ahead for that goal. And we're in the first, so it's going to move just 1. And it didn't pass any brown, so that was the end of its turn. Alright, the Automa has not passed yet, so let's go ahead and play their final card. And this is the end. So it's gonna pass. There's nothing for it to do. It's not going to process any of this stuff, which is, I mean, it is what it is. I guess it would have just got it a little closer to the next brown spot. But in any case, that happened when there was no cards to draw. It's going to pass. That was the end of the first round. So let's go ahead and do end of round stuff. We're going to go ahead and activate any end of round stuff. I do not have any. Now we're going to score this resource right, or this objective right here. And that is they have first round, so they have 1, 2, 3. I only have 2, so Automa gets first place, and I get second place. Not a great start, but that is what it is. We'll just go ahead and clear those off and make them available for next time. Now they're going to go ahead and get their other token here that could get placed up here on the Dragon Guild, and we're going to refresh all these cards. We are going to, now we got the 6 cards, we're going to gain an egg. We are going to take the Automa deck. We're going to take this card that we didn't know what it was. That's going to get all shuffled back in. And now we're ready for round 2. I'm going to go ahead and what I need are resources. All of my dragons are tremendously expensive. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to excavate, not excavate. I'm going to explore. So I'm gonna bring my dude down here, get a card. So I've not moved on the guild track at all. This one would help me, and basically we're 2 eggs, but I do think that this one is probably the most helpful for me right now, which is immediately play with a discount since I have some expensive ones. Now I'm going to go here and gain a card, and I really wanted this one. So that's going to help me get some resources. It's inexpensive, and it can help me, I guess, further along. Let's go ahead and gain on the Dragon Guild track, get another egg. Let's spread the eggs around. And I got to the stop sign, so I go back here. That was my turn. Automa, we're in the second round. It's moving 1. And that's that. On my second turn here, let's go ahead and, well, you know what? I don't have any place to play that, so let's go ahead and excavate. And we'll go ahead and play. Oh, this is going to work out a little bit. Not exactly what I planned, but immediately play a card with a discount of 1 egg or 1 resource. So that is a discount of 1 resource. I'll just play this dude for free. And that was my turn. On to Automa. And let's see here. So no coins to remove. However, the furthest cave I've excavated is 2. So they're going to proceed 2. And so they've made it into the brown. They're going to take, I should have refreshed these. So this card is getting picked up, and this card is getting picked up. So that's another 9-point turn for them, just because the dragon cards are worth 7 and the cave cards are worth 2. So now they're at 18 points. Well, I didn't pay attention, but you probably did. So I'll just tuck that one underneath there. I'll never get through all those cards. Wealthy Koi Worm. Funny how it takes very little time at all to feel like a game gets away with you, gets away from you, and it's exactly the same with Wyrmspan. Um, so we're gonna do Shy Dragons is the goal there. I've got one out already, and I have one on offer here, but we need some resources. I'm gonna try and get what I need first and foremost to get one of these dragons out, which this is the one that's the closest, especially with the resources I can gain. So let's go ahead and on my turn, we're going to explore. And that's going to come up here. I am going to gain a, you know what? Actually, I'm going to gain a gold. This is going to work out okay, I think, for this, at least this one. So I'm going to gain the gold. I'm going to gain the meat. And I have the option to cash it, but I'm going to pass on that. Now I'm going to do the, oh, wait. 1 point or, well, I already took, well, you know what? I am going to cash it there. I'm playing solo. Who's gonna really be upset? I'm going to get the meat by passing there. And now I'm going to get the gem. And now I'm going to gain a milk. Let's start working on the resources for that. And I reached the stop sign. That was that turn. Another Ravel card. Goodness gracious. Still 2. So let's go 1, 2. Let's go ahead and entice a dragon. We'll pay the meat in gem and gold. We're going to play that right here. But that was my turn. Not the last one. It is going to get more It's got its first shy dragon, I guess you could say. And we did not pass to a brown spot. So now it is my next turn. And I think I've got to get some resources again. So let's go here. So we're going to explore is what we're going to do. And that's going to cost us an egg as well. And I'm just, because I knock these over or the cat sometimes jumps up, I'm just going to put this over here, even though I did, you know what? You know what? Forget it. I don't want anyone thinking I didn't pay for it. So there's that there. Now we're going to go here. We're going to gain a milk. We're going to gain a meat and cash it there. We're going to move on the guild track and get a card. I like that this card right here, I can reveal a card from the deck. If it's small, it gets talked. Otherwise, I discard it and gain milk. So that's good for hatchlings. And so I'll take that. And now I will gain a gem. And now I'll gain another milk. Reach the stop sign. That's the end of that turn. Refresh this. And not the end of the deck. We are in round 2. That's going to move 1. And that was that turn. Automa just runs so quick. I love it. All right. So for my last turn, let's go ahead and get our baby dragon out. Let's entice it. And we will go right here and pay the cost of 1 egg and 3 milk. We put that hatchling out there, and that was my turn. I have to pass. I'm out of coins. So now the Automa takes their turn. It's not empty. They had just got their second shy dragon. It's the second round. It's going to move 1. And that's that. Although I've already passed, they have 1 more. And it's that one right there. So they're not going to take any of the rest of that turn. Didn't hurt me anymore. So that's good. So let's go ahead and activate any. So we've both passed. We're going to activate any end of round powers. I don't have any. And now we are going to score the result here. They have, well, so technically, let's see here. I have 2 shy dragons. Show you that's aggressive. 2 shy dragons, and the second token there actually shows they have 0. So it was 0, 0, 1, 2. So at most, even in the 4th round, they have 2 shy dragons. So that didn't hurt me. I ended up they had 0, so they actually get no points. And I get 5. So these can go right back over here for when they need them. And this is the first time I've had it where this thing has not come up when they advance. And so now they have another one available to them. And now we're going to refresh all of these. And all of these. We refresh those. I'm going to gain 6 coins. This is going to go back in the supply. And I get, well, I guess I could have just taken that egg back. I'll put that there. Go ahead and pick this card up. Put it back in here. Give it a shuffle. All right, we'll take this one out. Why not? Give another little shuffle. All right, we're on to round 3. So for my first turn, let's go ahead and get what we need. So we're going to start by exploring. I'm going to go here. I'm going to gain a meat. So it doesn't matter a whole lot at the moment. And then I'll gain a meat and cash it. Now I'm going to advance, gain a cave card. This would pay for this dragon if I played it. However, let's go ahead and look at what is up here. We have another little baby dragon, little hatchling, that if we can build one of these, we don't have a whole lot of time to build it out to use a full engine. Like, I'm not even getting any ones that offer me more coins. I got to move that guild track, I guess, if I'm gonna get some more coins. Um, I do have stuff that lets me top, and I got a pretty good resource engine, so I guess I'll take this one. Hmm. Now I will gain crystal or gem or whatever we're calling those, and a resource. So let's go ahead and get some milk. I don't have a need for it yet, but if I do, I'll probably need a lot. So that's the end of that. I've excavated two. This is going to move two. So it's going to take this third card, which stinks because I was thinking about taking that one. And it's going to go four. So now how this works is we're going to go one, two, three, four. So it took that one away from me. Let's go ahead and excavate. And it's going to cost us an egg. I'm going to play that right here. And we're going to gain a meat and a card. Actually, that should have been refreshed because they're the one that took that card. Um, so I took the meat. Do I want one of these cards? I do. All right, so that was the end of my turn. Automa's going to take a turn. It's not the end of the deck. They are going to add. They now have a one. Now they have three small dragons, and I have zero small dragons. But that's about to change. So that was what that did. Now we're in the third round. That still just moves one. Let's go ahead and we're going to entice a dragon. And let's go ahead and do this one. I like this one, but I need. I think I'm gonna need the eggs. I only have the one, so I don't want to spend that to play right now. So I'll play that there, pay the gem and the meat. That is my turn. We're on to Automa's turn. They're losing one of these. I've excavated three here, so now it's going to go. They're speeding up now. And that was their turn. I need some cave cards. So let's go ahead and explore. I gain a cave card. None of those are particularly exciting. I'm just going to blind draw. Okay. Hmm. Good for a gold and an egg, I guess. Um, and then gain a dragon card. Uh, why not? We'll take this one. Now we're gonna gain on the track, get a gem. And now I can tuck a card from my hand here. Do I want to? No, not yet. I'll gain a cave card and I'll just do blind draw again. All right, gain cave card, and there I advanced beyond that. Back to base camp. Not empty. We're going to refresh. Well, this one technically should have been there. So those get taken. All right. All right. All right. I can work with that. We'll see. It may go away, but so now it gains a coin back. And we're in the third round. It's going to move two, which means it's placed in another one of these. So it's taking, or possibly, so it's taking this one. Oop. And it's moving this down too. One, two. And that's their productive turn. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and explore the Golden Grotto. So I'm going to gain a card, and I'll gain this one. And then can pay a card to gain a resource. This one's paying eggs. So I'm just going to go ahead and pay this card to gain a gold. And then I'm going to advance on the track, which is going to let me place a marker here so I can pay a coin, which I don't want to do that. I can pay a cave card and then play a card from your hand on top of any dragon on your player mat for free. So pay a card and then play. But I'm playing it over top of an existing dragon. Let's go ahead and take this one. It's not points, but it is going to give me another turn. And I feel like I could really benefit from that. And two cave cards. I'm going to once again blind draw and hope of getting something that's going to help. Ooh, lay three eggs. That's definitely going to help. Let's go ahead and do that. And tuck two cards from the deck behind any dragon. Okay, I like these. That's not going to help. Now I can gain a card. And do I want any of these? No, this one actually, since it's comparison, this should not have actually stayed there as long as it has, but whatever. I'll take it out now, just to remind me that it's got to go. And then do I want this or do I want a blind draw? Let's go ahead and gain 2 mil. Don't really have any more of those to work with. So let's go ahead and blind draw. Miniature crested Kodo. So I filled my Golden Grotto, and that's one of the things. See, now I have a choice to make there, but that would be 5 points, 5 victory points. So I reached the stop sign. That goes back. Autumn's turn. Well, Autumn's turn after I fill this. All right. It's not the last card in their deck, so now that's the third round. They're going to advance one, and that was their turn. Now we're back to mine. I really don't think we have a choice but to excavate. So let's do that. Let's excavate, and where it's going to cost us an egg. Let's go ahead and spend our last egg right there. And of course, I have to use this one because I need some more eggs. So there's 3 eggs to come back. I'll just drop one on the floor. So I excavated. That was my turn. I'm going to take that coin away. Third's going to advance 2. Back to me. Let's go ahead and entice. Uh, well, this is a small dragon, and I need small dragons for this turn, and this is going to be my last turn. So let's entice, and we'll pay the one of these eggs and a gold, and we'll put this right there, which is just going to help us at the end of the game with some points. Yeah, that's that. Let's see, Automa's last turn. It's going to pass. So let's activate any end of round powers. And again, I have none. Let's score this. It's the third round. So Automa has 2 small dragons on their mat. I have 1, 2, also 2. So we have a tie. Ties are friendly. So now come over here. They get their final cube. We're going to refresh these. So we did that. Now I'm going to gain 6 of these, even though I want to keep that 7th. And I gain an egg. Well, that one's cute. Let's get another one of those. We are ready to move on to the 4th and final round after I sort these or shuffle these. 4th and final, what am I going to do? Let's go ahead and start with a excavation. I'm going to excavate this, and it costs me 2 eggs. So then I'm going to go ahead and play this right here. This is going to allow me to um, do a one-time exchange for an extra turn. And I don't think that's going to be a problem with kind of the resources I have. So I'm going to go ahead and spend one of these milk for sure. And I'm probably not necessarily needing these, but I'm only going to be playing one more of these. So I'm going to end up getting rid of this one. So I just need one more. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of these gems. So I'll get rid of a card and some resources. You can only do this one time. And that's going to give me a coin. And that is my turn. We're going to start right off by hurting. So 4. So it passed through there. It's going to take the 3rd card. And it's going to go to the 4th available spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to my turn. Let's entice a dragon. And we're gonna, oh, I can't entice a dragon yet. So let's go ahead and explore this cavern right here. So I'm going to gain a resource. Let's gain a gold. Gain a meat and cash it. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to gain on here. So now I'm going to get an egg. Gain a crystal. gain a resource. Let's go ahead and get another gold. There's not really anything I have in mind for it, so go here. Reveal a card from the deck. If it's a small, tuck it here. Otherwise, discard it to gain a milk. It's a large, so I'm discarding it and gaining a milk. And now I get to lay an egg. Right there is good. And stop sign. That was the end of my turn. Nothing to take away, but now again, it's going to move 4. Now I'm going to entice the dragon. I'm going to pay the gold and crystal to play this here. And that has a win played to draw 2 cards from the deck, keep 1, and tuck 1 under any dragon. So let's see here. We have this large vanishing creeper with cave has a villain. This one's going to cost me. It's going to be worth 10 points if I do this, but it's basically going to cost me my last turn. And this one is a comparison, so this one actually goes away. So I guess I'll keep this one just for consideration, although I really don't want to give up my last turn. I'm going to tuck this behind any dragon. And so I'm going to tuck it here, and it says anytime you tuck a card there, you gain... I don't have another one that has a tuck of card, right? Nope. Um, also gain a resource. So let's go ahead and we'll do meat again, just because why not? All right, that was that turn. Not the last, but it does go here. So now it has 6 dragons on a that have this icon right here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. So we're tied in that regard at the moment. The least excavated card is 2, so it's going to go right here. And so this is going to be another 9-point turn for him or her. 2 and 2. These go away over here. And now it's my turn. Let's go ahead and take advantage of our engine that we set up here. Let's go exploring. We're going to explore here. We're going to gain a card. We don't want this. I mean, I love Wadi, but we can't fit any more in gold. Red, we have some options. So let's go ahead and we'll take this one, even though I've been bypassing certain stuff. Yeah, okay. So gained a card, pay a card to gain a resource. I don't need any resources. So, well, no, let's just do it. This guy's not going to help me. We're going to pay a card to gain a resource, and we'll just take a mill. Oh, no, let's take a gold. Again, for no particular reason. We're going to gain on that track. Gain another gold. Maybe I should have taken the gem. Or whatever it was. Nothing. Gain a card. Let's just blind draw it. Another one that's going to cost me a coin. Lay an egg. And now I can tuck up to 2 cards from your hand under any dragon. Well, these ones are not going to help me at all. So I'm going to tuck these under here. And I'm going to gain 2 resources. But that was also my 3rd tuck. So let's go ahead and deal with the resources first. Let's take a gem. Uh, let's actually take a gem and a milk just in case something pops up that I want here. And so I got the resources there. And then when the third is tucked, gain a card and advance on there. So I'm going to blind draw this Sea Viper, which I can only play here if I wanted to. Um, Not terribly helpful for what we got going on here, but and then I also get to advance. So another card that's going to cost coins. Not what I want right now. Another one that costs coins. Tis the season, I guess. All right, not the last. We're going to refresh this row. So we took care of that. It's gonna advance 4 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not gonna hurt us this time, but it will the next one. And we're back to my turn. Let's pay a coin and an egg to run that play again. So we're gonna gain a card. I want this one. So now I'm gonna pay a 1 to gain a resource, which I don't really need at this point. Yeah, I have all the resources I could need for the rest of the game. So we're going to advance. I get another coin. That is timely. Nothing. Gain a card. So I'll just take from Selfish Lung Dragon. So there, lay an egg. Tuck up to 2 cards. So let's tuck this one because this one is worth 2 for each of these with this one. So 2, 4, 6. Ooh, it's just the cost of that coin that makes me not want to. So this one's a certain. And get rid of these 2. And we'll tuck them under here to gain a couple more resources. So let's go ahead and we'll get some golden gems. That's that. Not the end. It's the final. It's going to go 2. And it's going to take, 3 and 3. So another 9-point turn. Let's go ahead and excavate. So go excavate, pay the 2 eggs. And we'll play this one. And now we can trade 3. Let's just get rid of 3 resources. And then I'll get another coin. All right, now I gain a cave card. None of those are terribly helpful. So let's blind draw. Not terribly helpful. And then we move up here, get a milk. And that was that turn. Automa's going. Not the last, so it's going to refresh this. It's going to add one of these. So now it is up to 7. And it's the 4th round, so it's going to go 3. Which isn't going to hurt me this one, but it will hurt me the next. Unless I get a pass. And now it's my turn. Let's entice the dragon. Let's entice this one. So 2 meat. Right here. And then when played, I get another coin. And that was my turn. Automa's final turn. All right, so it's going to remove this. And it's going to move 1. Oh, wow, which hurt just about the least it possibly could. So now Automa has passed. I have 3 turns to make the most of it. Let's go ahead and excavate. I don't know if this is necessarily the best move, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to excavate, and we're going to pay a egg. We're going to do that to tuck 2 cards from the deck behind any dragons. So let's do this. And because we can tuck it anywhere, and there's really only one that gives me any benefit, let's go here to gain 2 more resources, which we'll do meat for certain. You know, dragons like gold. So meat and gold. That was that turn. Automa passed. Let's go ahead and let's just end it. Let's entice a dragon. We will pay the coin, the meat, the gold, and the gem. We're going to play that right there. It's going to help with endgame scoring. There is no win played on that, so that is kind of the end of that. So let's go ahead and activate any end of round, of which I have none. And now let's do this. So this technically has 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a tie. I mean, it's not as bad as it could be. And we move on to scoring. Let's go ahead and start with Automa. So Automa is going to get 7 per dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2 per cave card. And now each step beyond the last visited. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go 4, 10, 17. All right, 79. All right, 79 is the score to beat for Automa. So now let's start with markers on the Dragon Guild. I have no endgame points on dragons. 43. All right, now endgame abilities. So of those, we got 3. Gain 2 if this dragon is between 2 others. So yep, that's worth 2. We have 4 in here, so that's worth 5. So that's 7. And then 2 for each one of those. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Per egg, 1 per cached resource. 1, 2, 3, 4. Per tucked card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From public objectives. 1, 12, 19. No coins remaining for four. One, two, three, four. Oh, it's three. All right, we got a final score of 88 to 79. That was with Automa Ravel solo mode, level one. Let me know if you've played the Ravel mode and what you think of it, if you enjoyed your time spent with it, how you like it in comparison to the regular solo mode if you've played it. That is it for me this week. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching. Bye.